Yeah, we'll do some Katonah inspired practice. And we're going to start with some breath work. If you're new to working with me, welcome. I just started doing these Zooms again after a hiatus. I started in COVID and took a little break. Yeah, so we're going to start sitting up in Virasana. So you can sit on your shins, nice and tall in your spine. And then we're just gonna kind of undulate through a little tiny cat-cow here. So you're on your shins, undulating your spine through a little mini cat-cow. And this is just a time to let your energy be a little bit watery, so you can kind of go from the left hip to the right hip and then start to move into a little bit of a circle. So moving your chest into a clockwise circle. So a lot of yoga is very linear, very structured. And this is a little bit more watery here, more feminine. If it's nice to close your eyes, you can do that. So rotating to the right. I'm just going to make sure my mic is working. You guys are getting the good audio. Yeah, it's working. Cool. So you're rotating to the right. And if your knees bother you in this seat, then you just sit higher. You can use 2 blocks. If you don't have any yoga props, that's fine. You can use a pillow from your bed, a cushion on your sofa. Over time, the body will be more comfortable sitting on your shins. I'm sitting on a low block. Okay, let's go the other direction. So go counterclockwise. And also think of this start of practice as less doing and more being. So you're just arriving, you're allowing your energy to simply be here, and you're noticing how you feel, and you're bringing your awareness into your body. So before we start asking the body to do things, it's nice just to bring presence into the body. Okay, so sit up tall, and we're going to do some breath work. So inhale, stretch your arms up. And we're going to make little cups. So it's like you're going to catch rain or grace from the sky. So this is a forceful exhale out of the nose. So every time you exhale, you're going to snap your navel in, engaging your core, and you're pushing the air out of your nose. So only focus on the exhale, just out of the nose. The inhale will come in automatically. So looks like this. So begin. Exhale, 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 exhale. Keep reaching your arms up, keep going. So the belly snaps in, the breath goes out, out, out. Okay, take a big breath in, reach your arms, hook your thumbs, and you're going to hold your breath in. So this is breath retention. See if you can feel up your lungs to capacity. So maybe sip in a little bit more air. And then when you feel full, seal your lips, swallow down your throat, draw your chin down slightly. And then you'll just notice that there's this pressure builds from holding your breath. And so we're training the mind, body to stay calm while we manipulate the breath. So relax your eyes and your forehead and your face. Stay calm. We're not going to be here forever, just a little bit longer. Stretch your arms straight. 3, 2, 1. You can sigh it out and float your arms down and just be still for a few moments. You can breathe normally in and out of your nose. Maybe you feel a release in your shoulders. Maybe you feel a shift in your energy. Just notice how you feel. Beautiful. You can float your eyes open. And then we're going to start moving a little bit. So we'll use a block today. You could have 2 blocks or 1 block, and then come to a downward facing dog. So you might start by opening up the backs of your knees. You can bend one knee and then straighten the opposite leg. Bend both of your knees, lift your sit bones high, and inhale, come to plank pose. Look forward in plank. Lift your hips so you're going through like a little back bend to get to your dog. Keep your knees bent for just this version. And then tuck your chin and round your back a little bit to come forward into your plank. And then in plank, look forward, bend your knees, push your hips and chest back. Keep your knees bent and keep looking forward until your ears are in line with your arms, and then look backwards. One more time, you're going to round like cat spine to come forward into plank, look forward, and then you're moving through a little bit of a back bend, your knees are bent. Awesome. And then see if you can draw your heels down and straighten your legs. Notice what changes in your spine. Again, bend your knees and then straighten your legs, and just see if you can tell any difference in your spine. There might not be much. And for some people, it might be a profound difference. So if it causes your back to round a lot when your legs are straight, you might keep your knees a little bit soft. Go ahead, reach your right leg up, breathe in, and when you exhale, step outside your right hand. You can grab your foot and walk it over there, and then just rock your hips a little left and right. You can be on the tips of your fingers. Okay, we're going to take the right arm up and reach towards the back of your space. And we're going to reach over our ear like you're doing a swim stroke and try to straighten both of your legs. We're going to flow like this. Inhale, bend both of your knees and reach back. Exhale, extend your legs and reach forward. Breathe in, reach back. Exhale, reach forward. One more, breathe in, reach back. And exhale, reach forward. Nice. Bend your right knee and turn your right toes to face forward, and then get your ankle and your wrist to touch. Spin your back heel down. You're going to push your knee into your shoulder and do an open twist. So just reaching the left arm up. The knee pushes into the shoulder. Turn your chest open. So you're spiraling from your sternum up to the ceiling. Exhale, lower your left hand, and then lift your back heel and twist your right arm open. Roll out your right wrist, both directions. As you exhale, reach over your ear Turn your toes to face the left side of the room. Turn your toes out a little bit, and then any amount, you just bend your back knee. Try to keep your back heel down, even if you have to be a little higher. And you lift your right toes. Walk yourself all the way back to downward facing dog. Just take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, reach your left leg up. Exhale, step outside your left hand. Tap your back knee down. You can come onto the tips of your fingers and just rock your hips a little bit left and right. You might feel an opening in your right quad as you do this. Okay, reach the left arm backwards. Again, flowing with your breath. Exhale, extend your legs. Inhale, bend both knees, swim stroke back. Exhale, reach up and over and extend both of your legs. Breathe in, reach back, bend the knees. Breathe out, reach forward. And last one, inhale, reach back. Exhale, reach forward. Bend your left knee. Line up your wrist with your ankle. Spin your right heel down. Push your knee into your shoulder and let that rotate you to the right. Spiral your sternum up. Maybe look up towards your right hand. Think about drawing your feet towards each other a little bit. Exhale, release. And then opposite side, take the left arm up. You can lift your back heel. Roll out your left wrist. Roll it the other way. Release. Walk your hands over to the back of the mat, towards your right foot. Bend your right knee any amount. Doesn't have to be deep. Inhale, come up. Step to downward dog. Lower your knees. Bring your toes together. Sit towards your heels. Take your left hand over to the left. Any amount, see if you can lift your hips. And exhale, lower. Take your right hand to the right. Inhale, try to lift your pelvis. Exhale, lower. One more each side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Walk your hands forward, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Bend your elbows and slowly, slowly lower to your belly, your chest. Take your fingers wider than your mat. Tuck your chin. Slowly roll your spine up. Exhale, lengthen your spine. Lower your forehead. Again, roll your back up. Exhale. This time, look over to the right. Tap your left shoulder down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower your right shoulder. Look to the left. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Push yourself into a child's pose. So the hips go to the heels and the chest goes to the thighs. You can take your knees as wide or as narrow as you like. You can assist yourself by pushing your hands into the mat and pushing your belly onto your thighs. Maybe rock a little left and right. Come back up to your hands and your knees. You're going to extend the left leg back, spin the left heel down, and take your left arm up. Awesome. Lift your left leg, bend your knee, try to draw your heel towards your butt, and then straighten your leg. Again, lift the foot, bend the knee, straighten your leg. One more time, bend your knee. See if you can grab your foot, kick your foot into your hand. Let that open your chest, spread your collarbones, maybe look up. Release. See if you can kind of swing your leg forward so your foot goes in front of your belly button. And then swing it back. Again, swing it forward and swing it back. Awesome. Swing it forward and just step off of your mat. Take your left arm up and then exhale, thread the needle over to the right. So you're trying to keep that left foot down as you do this twist. Push your left hand down into the floor and let that turn you a little bit. You can pop on top of the right fingertips. You can look underneath your right arm towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in and out. Right hand down, inhale the left arm up, look up. Exhale, release. Rock your hips forward and back a couple times. You can curl your right toes. Just opening up the inner left groin a bit. And then press your hands down. See if you can lift your left leg and lower. I know that's hard. One more time. See if you can lift the left leg, elbows straight and lower. Awesome. And release. Come back to your hands and your knees. We'll do the other side. So you're going to extend your right leg back, spin your heel down, and take your right arm up. Make sure the left wrist is under your shoulder and then float your right leg. And just bend the leg as you exhale. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. One more. Exhale, bend. Grab your ankle. Kick your foot into your hand a little bit. So shoulder blades together. Maybe look up. Try to release your foot with control. You can steady yourself, right hand on your hip, and then swing your right leg forward so that your foot goes in front of your belly and go back. Again, swing it forward and swing it back. Nice. Swing it forward. This time, step it all the way to the right. So your knee and your ankle are kind of lined up. And then you're going to take the right arm and thread the needle to your left. So you'll lower the right shoulder and your right ear. And if this is too much, you can always just bend the right knee. You can come onto your left fingertips and look underneath your left armpit. And think that you're wrapping your left elbow down. Press your right arm into the ground a little bit. Make sure you're breathing nice and smooth, sending your breath into the back of the ribs. Okay, left hand down. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, release. Curl your left toes and move your hips forward and back a little bit. Okay, and then two of these, you're going to inhale, lift the right foot. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Great. Go back to your knees and then downward facing dog. Walk your hands to your feet, to the back of your space. Bend your knees. Shake your head yes and shake your head no. Release your neck. Crawl your fingers forward a little bit. Look at your fingertips. Crawl your hands over to the right. Crawl your hands over to the left. Come back to center. Bend your knees. Tuck your chin. Round your back to come all the way up. Nice. You're going to interlace our fingers and invert your palms up. So I want you to think that you're pushing the ceiling away with your palms and you're trying to lift your shoulders to your ears. You're getting rid of that space in your neck. So we are widening the back ribs, flexing the shoulders. Exhale, release, and just put the other finger on top. Extend the palms in front of you, and then stretch your arms up. So your elbows are pretty straight. Strong legs, core is engaged. Lift and shrug your shoulders and imagine you're pushing the ceiling up with your hands. Very active. Take another breath in. And exhale, release. Awesome. We're going to play with a little swinging action with the breath. So you're going to swing your arms up. You can soften your knees. Inhale and exhale, swing your arms down. Yeah. So inhale, exhale, ha. Inhale, ha. In, ha. In, ha. In, ha. Keep going. Awesome. Inhale, take your arms up. And exhale, hands by your side. Take a moment, just be still and check in with how you're feeling. Notice any energy, warmth, buzzing. Notice if your knees are bent or straight. Do you have more weight in one foot or the other? And just become aware of tension or spaciousness in the body. Don't hold your breath. Notice how you're breathing. Okay, we're going to do another little kind of movement with breath. It's just a really simple twist. So you're going to go to the left and the right. You're just going to swing your arms. I always imagine like swings at the fairground, you know, when they start spinning, they kind of just widen. So you'll notice as you twist, your hands will automatically kind of flow out. You don't have to force it. And I invite you to bend your knees a little bit and close your eyes so you don't get dizzy. And when your knees are bent, you're letting your hips rotate. So this is not just in the upper spine. This is also rotating the hips. So the left hip goes to the right when you turn. So just feel that the crown of the head's lifting up. You could even lift a heel when you turn. And then stabilize your pelvis and just rotate from the shoulders and feel the difference. So the knees are bent. The pelvis is pretty stable. You're not lifting your heel. You're not really rotating the pelvis too much. And then come to stillness. And again, just notice. Don't have to do anything. Just feel any shifts. Becoming more aware, more attuned. Okay, we're just gonna engage the hips in a little bit of a balance. And we'll finish class in about 10 minutes, just so you know. So you're gonna lift your right leg up, your right knee. And then you're gonna rotate your thigh out. And then rotate your thigh in. Great. And keep going. So you tick your foot in, and then you tick your foot out. In and out. Keeping the knee pretty stable. One more time, take it in and out. Great. Take the foot out, out, out. Roll the knees together and grab your foot with your right hand. Bend your left knee. You could stay here, or you can reach the left arm up and start to drop your chest a bit and kick your foot into your hand even more. I like to grab the inside of my foot with my thumb up. Do what works for you. Again, the more you bend your knee, you're out of your left hamstring, but over time, you might straighten the left leg. Very slowly unwind. Let's reach the right leg forward and lower it down. Okay, other side. Take the left shin up. You can give it a squeeze to start. And then let's roll the thigh out, the foot goes in. So keeping the knee kind of stable as you move the foot left and right. Rolling the thigh in, rolling the thigh out. Okay, last one. You're gonna roll the foot to the left. Try to draw your heel in towards your sit bone. Grab your foot. Soften your right knee a little bit. And again, you can grab the inside of your ankle and maybe gently kick your foot into your hand. Doesn't have to be a big shape, but over time you might start to drop your chest. It's okay if your left hip goes a little bit back. And steady your eyes and your breath. And very slowly you'll come out. Extend your left leg forward for one breath. And release. Awesome. We're going to take a big step out wide. So just like a big wide stance, facing one side of your mat. And take your hands out, and you can think that your ankles and your wrists are kind of in the same line. Cool. You're going to turn your right toes forward. Bend your right knee. Take your right hand inside your foot. This could be an opportunity to use a block if the ground feels far away. And left arm up. So just having the block gives you something to kind of push into a little bit easier. If your hand can make it to the ground, excellent. If not, excellent. But push your hand into something and let that rotate your chest open. We've kind of already done this shape. Got into it a little bit differently. And think you're pulling your left shoulder blade down and spiraling that left chest open. Good. Inhale, come up. Right toes in. Left toes to the back of your space. Take a block if you need it. Bend your knee, warrior two, and then drop the hand inside the foot. So using your left knee to push into your shoulder a bit, rotate your sternum up, right shoulder blade down your back. So not letting that right shoulder come up to the ear. Pulling your left hip back slightly. Smooth breaths. Inhale, stand up. Turn your left toes in. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Do a little back bend. Breathe in, lift your chest. As you exhale, you can hinge at your hips and let your head go down. Feel free to soften your knees. Inhale, come up. Turn your toes out, release your hands. Bend your knees. Grab your inner knees. Push your thighs out. Lower your right shoulder, look to the left. Inhale, come up. Lower your left shoulder, look to the right. Inhale, come up. See if you can stay this low and take just the arms into a cactus shape. Belly in slightly, tailbone heavy slightly. Interlace your hands behind your back. See if you can do a little back bend. As you exhale, let your chest go down. Good. Inhale, come up. Again, let your chest go down. as low as your pelvis. One more, inhale, come up. Exhale, chest down, fingertips to the mat. Turn your toes forward again. And this time just crawl your fingertips forward like you're in a down dog. Try to straighten your legs all the way. Lift your kneecaps, lift your sit bones. Keep the idea of length. Walk your hands backwards. Start to lower your chest any amount, lower your head any amount towards the floor. You can walk your hands backwards in line with your feet. If you can, keep your legs straight, lift your kneecaps. Walk your hands back underneath you, heel toe your feet closer together. Awesome. Toes touching, bend your knees all the way. So we're in a little like toe squat. Yeah, and then you're gonna let your knees separate towards your armpits, fingertips out, let your head get heavy, and breathe into your back. Very similar to a child's pose, just in a different orientation. Okay, we're gonna take a seat and do a little tiny core exercise. So just float your shins up, float your hands up. Cool. Lower halfway down and go into like a starfish shape. Exhale, come up into a little ball. Good. Starfish, breathe in. Exhale, ball. Inhale, starfish. Exhale, ball. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, go to starfish. Stay there. Your low back's on the ground. Go to banana. Starfish. Banana. Starfish. Banana. Come all the way up. Good. Feet in front of you, hands behind you, lift to a reverse tabletop. Chest up, squeeze your glutes. You can have your fingers turn forward or out. Look at the ceiling and then feel your neck is getting stronger and longer. Push into all of your knuckles. So squeezing the glutes, lifting the pelvis, lifting the chest. And exhale, lower. Cool. We're just going to sit cross-legged. I'm going to give you guys some options. I think it's always nice to have options. So you can sit cross-legged if it's more interesting for you to stack your shins. You can do that. You can sit up on the edge of a blanket if the knee is really high. Up to you. You could also sit in Gomukhasana. So if these words don't mean anything to you, if you've never done this shape, one kind of easy way to get in it is from like a seated spinal twist. Just get the foot further away, lean, and you can bend the bottom knee. So right leg on top, whatever you're doing. Notice which leg's on top. And then I like to rotate, kind of like what we did at the beginning. So we are moving a little bit in a seated shape. So we're keeping it active and alive. You don't have to hold poses. You can breathe in them, engage muscles in them, activate them. So keep your toes reaching towards each other. So they're curled towards each other. So it's like the balls of your foot are pushing out, no matter what shape you're in. Engage your feet. So engage your feet as though you're about to push off the ball of your foot, like you're going for a run. Go the other direction. Rotate your spine. Cool. We're just going to switch sides. So we'll put the left leg on top. So to get in Gomukhasana, you can step your left foot over, lean towards that foot, bend the bottom knee, and then try to get the knees to stack a little bit. Don't force anything. You don't have to shove your feet in any direction. Again, if the knees are really lifted in any pose ever that's seated, just sit up on a little cushion, and that's going to help rotate your pelvis forward slightly. And over time, you can sit on the ground. Activate your feet, toes reach back, rotate to the right. You're welcome to close your eyes here, tune into your breath. Just notice as you move, your weight is shifting from one hip to the front of the pelvis, to the other hip, to the back of the pelvis. And you might feel a little area that's like more tender and tense, and you can stay there. So for me, I feel that here, so I breathe into that space. So you can hold any area that feels a little tighter. Rotate the other way if you haven't already. So again, you're finding a little bit of this cat-cow action. Okay. Uncross your legs. You can take a seat. And we'll just sit for a moment to close. I don't typically teach Shavasana for these like shorter daytime practices, but you can always do that on your own if you want to lay on your back. If you want to lay on your back right now, you can do that, but I'm just going to sit with my eyes closed. So just a few moments attuning to your own energy, feeling your inner space, feeling your breath and your body. You don't have to control anything, you're just watching what's occurring inside of you. So meditation is really a practice of being. And you've already done the movement, the work to prepare yourself to be still just for a little bit. You're sitting up tall and just allowing your breath to move. And when you're ready, you can bring your hands together. Take a moment just to honor yourself, your body, your life, honoring the interconnectedness to the life around you that makes your life possible. And then if you want to offer up any intentions for the rest of your day, this is a nice time to do that. You can bow to close and seal that. Namaste.